So I'm heading into Grand Rapids today to attend the circumcision protest put on by Bloodstained men and their friends. They're actually going on a tour, 15 cities in 15 days, to just raise awareness and really encourage people to think outside the box and not think that circumcision is the norm, and really talk about genital integrity, a boy's right to choose for himself what happens to his penis. You know, I don't know, it's really not ours, right? So we're going to head down there and we're going to have a chat with all of them and just kind of see what it is that they're about, and really get their stories and find out about their personal reasons to be involved in this movement. So many of them are coming from everywhere. I mean, I'm talking, one guy is from Hawaii, there's a woman from Canada, a lot of them are from California or from New York. These people are really from everywhere, and they're very committed to getting the message out there that this isn't something that should be treated as routinely as it is, especially without question or concern. So I'm really excited to go meet them, and I can't wait to bring home the footage. And to talk about baby dicks all day, because, like, who doesn't want to talk about baby dicks all day? So, see you there. Alright, I'm here with Brother K today, and we are protesting circumcision without consent. So, Brother K, you want to tell us a little bit about this movement and what you're doing here in Grand Rapids and what your goals are?
Well, American doctors are not adequately informing parents, moms and dads, about what circumcision really is. Most parents have no idea that it fundamentally alters the normal human penis, and in fact destroys it for all practical purposes by amputating the foreskin, and turns the glands, the head of the penis, into a rough, dried external structure when it's meant to be like the clitoris, which is covered by the hood. The foreskin is the equivalent of the clitoral hood, and I think most women can understand that. Most men in America don't understand that because they've never had a foreskin. So we're here to shame doctors by the fact that we have to be on the street in front of a hospital, to shame them into educating parents, and we're here to educate parents. We have information cards that link to our website with where parents can get other resources. We have motorists passing by, they see our signs, and I've gotten evidence that many people just seeing a protest against circumcision is enough for them to know that it's an issue.
Yeah, definitely. So where are you from?
I'm from Davis, California right now, a longtime California resident, and we protested against circumcision in Northern California in 1980 on the North Coast, in Eureka, in San Francisco, and at the state capitol.
Tell me about your tour in the Midwest specifically. Why did you take aim at the Midwest?
I think the Midwest is key to the circumcision crisis in the United States. The West Coast still has an unacceptable circumcision rate. The East Coast has a little more knowledge among parents about circumcision, but to me the Midwest is really key. I believe there's a phrase, so goes Iowa, so goes the nation. So we were actually in Iowa a few days ago in Des Moines. The Midwest is it's the heart of America. We believe that when Midwest parents learn that circumcision is a fundamental violation of human rights, and that European doctors have condemned American doctors for circumcising baby boys, that's powerful medicine for parents to listen up and say, no, we're not gonna let a doctor circumcise our baby. Doctors are failing on their ethical obligation to tell parents what a cruel, destructive, and worthless procedure circumcision is. 80% of the world's men are not circumcised. Men in Asia, South America, Europe, they live healthy lives with normal, intact bodies, and American men deserve the same right. It's a human right to have your normal body.
Absolutely. What would you say to the general feedback that parents usually have? Like the questions like, well, I had it done and I'm fine.
I would say that we as parents, as men and women, we have an obligation to our nation's children to do the right thing for them. Because we suffered through something and feel we're fine does not mean that we should pass it on forever. And I would tell parents, look, you might be happy, you might be fine, and that's well and good. But circumcision is collapsing in the United States. It's a superstition from the past. It has no benefits. It has nothing, but it does nothing but harm and damage to the human body. And we're the adults now. You know, we inherited this mess from our parents. It's up to us now to fix it. I really do believe that most parents are decent, honest people who have no idea what circumcision is. And when they find out, they're like, oh my God, you are not doing that to my baby.
Yeah, I think a big part of this is because it's behind closed doors. They just sweep the baby away. Behind closed doors, everything's done, and nobody really questions anything.
People don't know.
Would you say that the very least a parent could do is watch a video and is get informed about exactly what's going on behind those doors?
Yes. Before letting a doctor inflict a lifelong injury on their baby, moms and dads alike, men and women, all of you, you owe it to your son to watch a circumcision on YouTube. Type neonatal circumcision in there, into the YouTube search box, and you'll see several of them. And
these are medical training videos. They're not activist videos. They're
right. These aren't these exactly.
It is what it is on those videos.
I've had friends report to me that when they first saw these videos, many of them weep, they cry, they sob, some have vomited. It's that bad.
Yeah, it really is. That was what got me. That's what got me. I have one who is cut and one who isn't cut, and the video was what it was. Saw that and was like, there's no way. You'd have to pry my baby out of my hands to do something like this to him.
I mean, that's the phrase, pry my baby out of my hands. I mean, a parent will die to protect their son, and circumcision is that type of abuse and violation of your son's body. The normal parent, if they knew what was being done to their baby, they would literally die to prevent that injury to their precious child. It's that severe an injury.
As we speak, we've got Chase, right? The story with Chase and his mother. What's her name? Heather, I think.
Heather Hieronymus.
Yeah, and the whole situation with them was that her and her ex, who had a baby together, decided before she was really informed about circumcision that she would allow her ex to circumcise the boy, and then became informed on it and decided against it, and they went to court, and the judge actually ordered that the boy would be circumcised, and so the mother actually went into hiding and was just arrested yesterday.
Last night.
Wasn't it last night? She was arrested, taken to jail because she was trying to protect her son, and now the boy was handed over like property to the father. Not only is the circumcision going to be traumatic enough, but now this entire situation where his father was actually even willing to lock up his ex, his child's mother, over this. So it's a very emotional and real thing that's affecting lives every day.
Well, that's and you touch on a key point. There's a widely respected article on the internet called "The Vulnerability of Men" by one Vincent Bach, and his thesis is that one of the major factors keeping circumcision going is circumcised fathers who will not accept the fact that damage was done to them. And so there's a whole layer of defense mechanisms. So if you type "the vulnerability of men" into your Google search box, you can read that article as well. It talks to moms on how to understand your man, what he's going through when he demands that his son be circumcised. Some men actually go so far as to bully and threaten the mom to circumcise it. It becomes very emotional for a man because it's the most intimate violation of a man's body and the most intimate topic to talk about in public, which is why it went on so long.
I actually wrote my article, "The Tale of Two Penises," the circumcision journey from a mother's perspective, because I have the one who is and one who isn't, but my husband was very against it in the beginning. We fought badly, and even his friends would gang up on me, and everybody would be like, but oh, I'm fine, and all of these things, and it was a very emotional response, and I was kind of shocked by how emotional they reacted to even questioning this whole thing. And ultimately I put my foot down, and I actually made my husband, I said, you can watch this video, and if you can get all the way through it and you still think that we have to do it, then I will entertain the conversation. And he couldn't really get through it, and we ended up keeping our son intact, and now he's completely like, why did we even really do this in the first place? There's nothing wrong with our baby. We look at him now and we're like, he's perfect. And I think that's the big message too, is babies they don't have accidental parts. We're not opening them up and removing their appendixes just in case, and we're not clipping ears to match mom or dad. It's very simple thing once you can get past the emotional aspect of it. But I think it's hard for, especially in this country, everything is very penis driven. Everybody's into how big their penis is. And so I think that maybe that's why. Maybe we are so obsessed with that because they're actually missing something that they didn't have in the first place. And so maybe we just need to get back to that conversation of what is normal and leaving normal alone.
Well, that raises another point, which is why it's so difficult for men and women to address this issue, is that circumcision fundamentally alters the sexual relationship between a man and his sexual partners. I'm not going to go into the graphic details here. There is a book called Sex as Nature Intended It, and if you type that into Google, you also will see that website, and you can read the book free on their website.
Very good. Well, Brother Kay, we're so happy that you're in Grand Rapids today and spreading the word. We have people here from Hawaii all the way to Canada. So I mean,
New York.
I
came from California.
It's so wonderful that everybody's coming together for these little babies who just don't have a voice. This is very important. There's a lot of comments on the article that was posted. It's like, get a job, or don't they have anything better to do? And I can't think of anything better to do than to stand up for the people who cannot stand up for themselves.
We're Americans. We believe in freedom and human rights.
Absolutely.
And baby girls are protected by federal law. There are some cultures that circumcise baby girls, and it became a problem in the United States in the 70s and 80s. The law was passed protecting baby girls in 96. It took effect in 97. It is a felony to cut any part of a baby girl's genitals, or even just to nick her. And a parent's beliefs, their culture, their customs, their religious beliefs has no bearing on that felony charge. It is a felony no matter what the parent says, no matter the reason the parent gives. And we believe that American boys deserve the same protection under the law that baby girls in the United States have. Right now, it's open season on baby boys. A doctor can cut as much or as little off of a boy's penis as whim dictates, or as his own judgment or opinion dictates. Their baby boys are not protected, and they should be. We're American citizens. We believe in freedom and equal rights. Our founding fathers did too. They were not circumcised. Our founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, those men were not circumcised. Circumcision came in the late 19th century as a punishment and a cure for boys caught masturbating, and it just became more preposterous from there, and it became it rose to the level of a superstition in the United States. And so parents now have a superstitious belief if they don't do it to their boys, something bad will happen. It's not true. None of it is true. The majority of the world's men live normal, healthy lives.
Indeed.
Thank you, Julia.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so good to have you.